What's bad, YouTube? And welcome to Konami absolutely murdering the second most popular way to play Paper Yu-Gi-Oh! Time Wizard format, which was getting 300 plus players at certain events, playing for giant cards they were already starting to recycle ridiculously. I've been critical of that, but this is the end game of just making this format dwindle and wither. What are the rules for Time Wizard format new? A Time Wizard event uses the available cards Forbidden and Limited list rules regarding drawing on the first turn and dueling field of the selected Time Wizard format. Starting at the NAWCQ, current game mechanics and current card text will be used for Time Wizard events. This means they are taking away priority for formats that had priority, and they're basically making modern printed Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards the standard in terms of, yeah, you don't need a written translation. This card's going to do exactly what it says for the most updated one, as if you're playing in the main YCS but stuck in another era. If you don't realize why that's really terrible, here's a list immediately of what changes. Raika will no longer target, there's no priority, which makes cards like Book of Moon much stronger. Zero's not going to trigger when compulsed for Edison, that's absolute zero. 3 rivalry, 3 goes in, Frog now sucks. Aaron doesn't trigger flip effects, Crow on Dandy equals no tokens, Goyo isn't going to be a card anymore for those formats. Future Fusions now errata, dragons become unplayable. Bryonic, Brain Control, Rescue Cat, Red Eyes Darkness, Metal Dragon, all errata. Trap Hole, Reigeki Break, etc. become much better. Gores and Stardust become broken, and any Blackwing Mirror 3 rivalry enjoyers in the chat. I think that with this, it is just going to take the joy out of the entire format, and it's going to have people that used to fly out for these no longer doing so. And you saw recently, Speed Duel had an 8-person side event as they've turned off support for that format, but still had giant cards. So 8 people played for a giant Doom Cow that I ended up buying. This will probably have chilling effects that end up somewhat similar. People might have that deck on them, and when they drop and go play this still because there's a nice, big, shiny, giant card that looks great, but this likely will kill the popularity of it throughout the year. Now, if I had to theory the reason for this, and this is just a game theory, it is not the reason in particular, it's because Konami probably can't be bothered to have dedicated judges that learn these different past format rulings, especially as they hop around different past formats. For the big giant card this time, they will be using April 2014 Forbidden Unlimited, and the last legal set will be Realm of the Light Structure deck. This will be the April 2014 format Time Wizard event. So they're not even doing Edison, the most popular one, for the biggest tournament, and they are kind of changing things around. If you want to know a great community resource for Time Wizard, there is E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's already looking into a venue space in Indiana that can seat at least 256 for the weekend for people that are affected by Konami's decision. And they are no stranger to hosting and making sure big events run smoothly and awesome. They partner with I think it's Yggdrasil Mats, not to murder the name. I watch a lot of Overlord, but they really look nice, and they've been doing a great job perfecting their craft, and those mats go for a lot of money, and then the other pricing that they provide really gives back to the players. So if you want to keep up with Edison as is, the changes and all that, that's over here. But I also imagine maybe it has a little something to do with Konami having finished selling the 25th anniversary promotion for the 3rd year in a row, and these cards say something different, and our judges are too tired and working hard. Come on, with the profits from 300 duelists entering this premium side event, you can't pay a dedicated judge to come out event after event, or find several, especially head judges from those era that might be excited to just get a flight, hotel, and take care of this for you. I would imagine again that that is the reason. The judge dedication, I feel like, has to be it. There was some controversy a bit ago over rulings at an event for Time Wizard Wizard, and oh, they're ruling it this way, and I bet that little headache is what ended up causing this, but that is still just speculation on my end. Let me know what you think. I think it's the death of the format. I think it is going to lose 2/3 plus of its players immediately and dwindle from there. I can't imagine them continuing to pay for flights to play what is not what they were doing. And if it's going to thrive anywhere, it's going to be with E3, who has been doing a great job overall. Be sure to check them out.